You can sure take some punishment, Wayne. I'll give you that. Dish it out, too. I'm pulling my people out of Gotham effective immediately. I want you to know, you're square. Your secret is safe with me. After everything you've done, it's only right. I'll seal your case file for good.
I don't remember Bruce Wayne being that ripped.
Thank you. If the wrong people found out who I am...
That's not going to happen. At least not because of me. Anything else we need to discuss? Or is this goodbye?
Yeah, I gotta do something for my boy, Jim.
What about Jem? Joker hurt him pretty bad.
They're saying he might not walk again, at least not without a cane. He saved thousands of lives with that map. Trading you like that? He's clearly been taking lessons from the agency. I'm inclined to give him a medal. Maybe his old title too, if he wants it. Tough old dog like him. He's good for a junkyard like Gotham.
Jim deserves the highest honor. Like always, he put his duty first.
It can't have been easy for him. Anyone else you're concerned about?
Lena.
Catwoman.
I thought she'd be pretty high on your list. You two certainly have been close. I've got a collar on her for now.
Yeah, she's hot.
But seeing how she put herself on the line against Joker, maybe I'd be willing to take it off. As a token of my goodwill. Or, since you seem indifferent, maybe I'll find a use for her instead. So, what else?
And Avesta. Is she going with you?
Poor Iman. You really got inside her head, didn't you? I know it was her that destroyed Riddler's blood. She's gonna have to answer for that. I need to be able to trust the people who work for me. You get that, right? I can't let a betrayal of that magnitude go unpunished.
She loves what she does, and she's good at it. Give her a second chance.
She compromised our mission.
Destroying the blood samples was the right thing to do, and you know it. I'm asking you to make it work.
Fine. I'll extend an olive branch. But the rest is up to her.
I'll see you around.
It's always possible, Bruce. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll be over the moon if I never have to come back to this wasteland.
All teams accounted for, ma'am. Airlift is en route.
Thank you, Agent. I'll be right there.
We were able to pick up Ms. Fox's trail. She's taken to the rooftops.
Good. Stay with her until I tell you otherwise. Word is Tiffany Fox copped to Riddler's murder. Personally, I don't give a damn about what happened to that maniac. But I know how you feel about lethal force. I can bring her in if you want. Lay a charge on her. Unless that's something you'd rather take care of yourself. I'm aware of your history with her father.
Tiffany and I go way back. I'd rather deal with her myself.
My people will let you know where to find her. Take care of yourself, Bruce Wayne.
Why would she need to wear a badge? I mean, she's the director. But anyway, yeah. Let's get Jim his job back. Get Tiffany to turn herself into him. She'll be charged. And then she'll serve out her term. And she'll get back to work, working for me. Mayor's office, 3:29 in the PM. We're back on the rooftop. What's that?
Tiffany, we need to talk.
Yeah, I figured. I made it. Thinking someday I'd be fighting by your side. Not running from you. I was working up the courage to tell you. Joker? He just... guessed it somehow. Said he knows another psychopath when he sees one. It was almost a relief to admit it. I'm sorry you found out that way.
You know I don't condone killing. Not even some like Riddler.
I've been dreading this moment. Especially since I learned who you are under that mask. I was afraid of what might happen if you found out. I guess I was hoping you never would.
Why didn't you talk to me sooner?
I wanted to work with you, to be part of your mission.
But you kept this from me. A murder.
I know. I'm sorry. I knew this would ruin everything.
You were right.
Riddler tore my family apart, Bruce. My mother hasn't left the house since the funeral. And Luke? He just lashes out. My father's death broke them. It broke all of us. I won't ask for forgiveness. But I hope you can understand why I had to do it. I just felt so powerless. Like my life was crumbling around me. I had to do something to take back control. Please tell me you get that.
Revenge is an impulse, one to be checked. I can't condone it. But I do understand it.
Thank you. That means a lot.
It's interesting, in Glenn Weldon's
I couldn't bear it
book,
if you despised me. So, where do we go from here? I suppose this puts me on your most wanted list. Rather than us working together.
You need to face justice.
You need to face justice, Tiffany. I wish I didn't have to, but I'm turning you in.
You do that to me?
You'll get your day in court. Just like any other criminal.
That's what I thought you'd say. But like any other criminal, you'll have to catch me first. Sorry!
That's kind of interesting. Wayne Manor, 5:46 in the PM. Alfred, what's with the fedora?
I was going to write a note, but I'm not a coward. At least I don't want to be. Not anymore. Then again, this won't be the first time I've found my courage in a single malt.
Courage for what?
He's leaving.
Saying goodbye. I'm leaving, Bruce. It's time I went in search of better pastures.
You just need rest, Alfred. Why don't you take a long vacation? Someplace in the sun, on the other side of the world from Gotham.
I rather think this vacation will be permanent.
But why?
This war of ours is not what it was when we started. I no longer have the stomach for it. It's not sustainable. At least not for me.
Come on, Alfred. You know I can't do what I do, what we do, without your help.
Well, maybe you don't have to do it at all. Our mission used to be so clear. Catch the criminals, lock them up. But nothing is clear anymore, at least not to me. Now everything has become so gray.
Gray? Talk to me, Alfred.
We used John Doe, exploited his friendship to get you into the pact. We took advantage of someone you met in an asylum, for God's sake. Someone clearly challenged with a proven tendency to violence.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
If you call citywide devastation a success. You led John Doe to believe you were his friend. Turning on him when he killed those agents, that pushed him to become Joker.
What's your point?
Sometimes it's as if Batman creates the evil he means to destroy. For all our good intentions, I fear we only make things worse. A dreadful thought, I know, but one that keeps me awake at night.
It's not all my fault.
I'm not blind to the damage I cause, nor am I to the chaos that swirls in Gotham. But I have to believe the good outweighs the bad. I thought you did too.
Not anymore. Anyone who comes into contact with us suffers. Lucius is gone. Tiffany has blood on her hands. I foolishly thought bringing her in might make things better. As if her enthusiasm might remind us how things were in the beginning. She was on Joker's guest list because of her relationship to you. Selina, too. It's a miracle any of us survived that ghastly dinner. But Joker certainly made his point. The lives we touch are touched by pain. Friends, colleagues, innocents. No one is spared.
That's a price I'm willing to pay. In war, there are always casualties. But it doesn't mean you give up the fight.
I've served in my share of wars, Bruce. More even than you. There are some fights you cannot win. One thing is for certain, my tremors are gone.
Well, that's great news, Al.
They stopped the minute I made the decision to go. I thought it was the kidnapping with Lady Arkham that caused them. Some kind of residual trauma. But I had it wrong. This sense of powerlessness I've been feeling, it came from something I saw in you. The tremors, the fainting spells, all of it.
Sorry, Alfred.
I'm so sorry. I've caused you so much pain.
No, please don't misunderstand me. Let me explain. Your father was driven by an obsession, by a need to control. He rushed headlong into the darkness, thinking himself invincible, oblivious to the cost. Just like you.
Not like me. I chased that darkness away.
And yet, history is repeating itself. I'm more certain of that with every passing day.
I'm different.
Okay, maybe I am more like my father than I want to admit, but our paths are different.
Can't you see? The paths may diverge, but they end in the same place. Face down in an alley, shot in the dark by criminals in some godforsaken corner of Gotham. I won't be witness to that. I won't bury you, too. I stood by and did nothing while Thomas destroyed himself, along with everything he loved. I enabled him, like I've been enabling you. Realizing this, I've never felt so helpless. I wanted things to be different for you, my boy. You deserved a better life than the one I gave you. I failed you, and for that I'm sorry.
You did the best you could, Al. In a single night, the family was shattered, and you were left to pick up the pieces.
I may have picked them up, but I did a poor job sticking them back together. Well, I don't want to miss my flight. There's always traffic around the airport.
Duty calls.
You don't have to do it, Bruce. There are other ways of doing good in the world. But you pour everything into your bloody crusade, and I know you too well to hope you'll ever change.
Here's a decision.
Alfred, wait.
You know what?
Would you stay? If I promised things would be different.
Is that a promise you can keep?
Like you said, there are a lot of ways to help. I'm sure the city could use a man of my talent and resources.
Are you sure about this?
I'll do whatever it takes to keep our family together, Al. Even this. So please, tell me you'll stay.
Well, maybe just one more night.
I think they both know. Episode 5, same stitch. Pretty interesting, although we didn't get to see what happened to Selina. Batman the Enemy Within. Over the season, your relationships have been affected by your actions and decisions within the story. My choices are ready. Okay, let's see them. Harley Quinn.
You got that look in your eye, the kind that says you're trouble.
Jailbird, Harley Quinn. Myself and 11.2% of players asked Joker to defend me from her. She was ecstatic that the heist at Wayne Enterprises went off without a hitch. She loved that Bane was left behind at the convoy raid, allowing her to take control of the Pact. Harley genuinely came to trust me after I exposed Catwoman as the thief of Riddler's laptop. Harley fell in love with John when he came to her rescue on the bridge. She felt abandoned and enraged when she realized I was more important to the Joker than she was. Amanda Waller.
Thunderbolt! I'm the whole goddamn hurricane!
Director of the agency. Myself and 35.6% of players have assurances she won't reveal my secret. Waller was pleased that I endorsed her authority by interrogating Riddler's henchmen at the GCPD. She disapproved of me calling Gordon after my first fight with Bane. Waller was thankful that I maintained my cover with the Pact for as long as I could. She was relieved when I tried to apprehend John Doe and Harley on the Gotham Bridge. After everything I've been through, Waller knows better than to reveal my secret. Jim Gordon.
Gotham's safety is slipping out from under me and I can't stand it.
Disgraced. Myself and 5.9% of players left Gordon, refusing to be reinstated. Gordon was humbled that I would trust him with my secret association with Lucius Fox. When I interrogated Eli behind his back, Gordon felt betrayed, declaring my partnership over. Despite my recent falling out, he was surprised when I called him after Bane's initial attack. Gordon was disgusted that I sided with a criminal Catwoman instead of the law. Despite saving Gotham from Joker and Harley's bombs, Gordon can't forgive himself for betraying me as Batman. Catwoman.
I weighed my options and what can I say? I don't like to lose.
Agency asset. Myself and 0.1% of players allowed Waller to keep Selina in her task force. After her return to Gotham, Selina was relieved when I said I thought redemption was possible. She was touched I went against Gordon to warn her the GCPD was on her tail. She was honored to be invited into the Batcave, my secret sanctum. Selina felt betrayed when I blamed her for the theft of Riddler's laptop, naturally. I left Catwoman's fate up to Waller, and she reluctantly serves on the agency's covert task force. Tiffany Fox.
I won't let you down.
Fugitive. Myself and 7.5% of players tried to bring Tiffany to justice. Tiffany felt betrayed when I admitted my involvement in Lucia's death. She was worried for me when I told her to hide while I helped Harley steal a Phalanx key. After she realized I was working with the agency, she regretted calling the GCPD on me. She was at first confused, but then completely blown away when I told her I was Batman. Now Tiffany is a fugitive from justice after I tried to take her in for Riddler's murder. Imanavesta.
They're criminally insane.
Oh,
You're drawn to
ex-agency.
them, aren't you?
Myself and 10.7% of players witnessed Avesta's break with Waller. Avesta felt guilty for having survived Riddler's game when her partner Blake didn't. She was apologetic when I chastised her for revealing my secret identity to Waller. Avesta was intrigued that I trusted John Doe to find Harley after she escaped Sanctus. Though I told her it wasn't her fault, she feels conflicted about her role. Hold on. Wait. Though I told her it wasn't her fault, she feels conflicted about her role in creating Joker. She eventually lost faith in the agency and is uncertain about her future in Gotham. Alfred Pennyworth.
If a man hides in plain sight for that long, does he forget who he really is?
Family. Myself and 36.3% of players gave up on the mantle of the Batman. After he watched the footage of Lucius's violent demise, Alfred was filled with vengeance. When I told Tiffany my secret, Alfred was relieved he no longer had to keep it from her. After collapsing in the Batcave, Alfred was distressed by my dismissal of his condition. His outlook on Batman's influence darkened after John became the villainous Joker. When I decided to give up the cowl, Alfred became cautiously optimistic about our shared future. Oh, that man. Joker. Best
We're two
enemy.
threads in the same stitch, bound together, even under strain.
Myself and 31% of players agreed the two of us had good times together. John was annoyed when I blew him off at Lucius's funeral, refusing to meet his friends. He was proud that he brought me into the pact, resulting in a successful raid on the agency convoy. John was grateful that I took his advice and blamed Catwoman for stealing Riddler's laptop. When I betrayed his trust, John realized his full potential as the villainous Joker. While he appreciated that I shared some good times, Joker showed it with a knife to the gut. Did I shake hands with Joker? Myself and 64.8% of players refused to shake hands with Joker. Did Gordon betray me? Myself and 23.3% of players were betrayed by Gordon. Interesting. Did I determine the fate of others with Waller? Myself and 95% of other players had Waller use her influence. Did I give up the cowl so Alfred would stay? Myself and 36.3% of players told Alfred I would give up being Batman. So a very small minority refused to hear Alfred say something, and 58% of players chose to never give up on being Batman. To never give up being Batman. I mean, that's the predictable choice. Which Joker did I defeat? Myself and 44.9% of players defeated the villain Joker. Interesting. So in terms of the choices within this episode, I'm in the minority for 3 of the major decisions or outcomes, and then the other 2 I'm in the fairly large majority. But in terms of my relationships with all the characters, I'm like either in the very small minority or just the minority. So I'm like going against the grain. Totally. Cool. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Oh, the epilogue. Arkham Asylum.
We had so much fun, Joker. I just couldn't stay away.
I knew you wouldn't be able to, Bruce. Let's get you ready.
Okay. Batman, the enemy within. Is there more? I think that's it. Well, all in all, this season has been an improvement. At times, I mean, it got pretty boring. Honestly, I just like the combat. I'm more interested in the combat, but I'll give the writers a lot of credit for like really toying with your emotions. Especially, I think in episode 3, just making you connect with the characters like Selena and Tiffany, and then just turning it against you. And I can appreciate the gradual turn that John makes into becoming the Joker. I'll give him credit for that. Yeah, I mean, I'll continue playing this series. Like I said, I'm really more interested in like the action Batman games, but overall, good job, Telltale. Not great, but good. All right, thanks for watching.